Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it is time to talk about a very special military plane again. And of course, that is going to be the infamous Lockheed Martin F-35. And yeah, this is quite a controversial plane. It's got quite a lot of critics. Let's talk about why that is in today's video. Now, right in front of us, we have an F-35, obviously. It kind of would have been stupid if we used another plane here. Actually, this is the F-35A. There's actually a few versions of the F-35 that we even have in the simulator. There's the F-35A and the F-35B. And we have already talked about the B version of this plane. The only difference between these two planes is the B version can actually take off vertically. Yes, this is a VTOL plane, which stands for vertical takeoff or landing or something. And the F-35A is more of a conventional plane. But yeah, other than these little differences, the planes are very much the same. Now, this plane has been used in military since 2015, and it was built to pretty much replace the pretty old F-16 plane that came out in the 70s, so it's pretty old. This one is a lot more modern, which you can definitely tell in the cockpit. Obviously, we have very modern instruments here, which is pretty cool. Again, this plane is pretty new. Now, let's actually go ahead and do the flying part of it, but I don't know how to close the canopy. That's the problem. Oh, there we go. That closes just fine. Also, the ladder has come into the aircraft, so we can just take off like that. There we go. We're looking good. All right, this plane has got quite a lot of acceleration. I think we'll be off the ground in a jiffy. There we go. Looking good. You know, this was actually a nice one. In general, I really like to fly this plane, actually, despite its haters that say that it sucks. Honestly, this is a pretty nice one. I mean, you know, this is a typical fighter jet. It is super responsive. You can do aileron rolls like this without any issues, obviously. It also is a little fast. Well, it's not the fastest plane, though. But let me save the speed part for later. And yeah, overall, we can say this is quite a nice plane, huh? Oh, wow. At least on first glance, it is. Something I do want to do is actually perform a landing in this one. Let's see how that works. We've got some weird GPWS callouts, but there we go. We're coming in. Let's maybe do this smoothly as possible. Alright, that was not a smooth landing, was it? Jesus Christ, what was that? Alright, that was probably the biggest disrespect. Oh, yeah, alright, never mind. Yeah, we stalled out above the runway. Yeah, that's the problem. This plane doesn't have stall warnings, probably, so let's do this again. Alright, in order not to stall out, we're gonna have to build up some speed, I guess. And there we go, we're looking good. Alright, perfect. Let's see how fast the stopping distance of this plane is. Just like a lot of other planes of its kind, this plane does not have reverse thrust. But there we go. This was quite a quick stop. No problem. This plane can land at any Air Force base, pretty much. So that is no issue, of course. Now, maybe for the sakes of it, let's actually fly the F-35B as well. And let's maybe go to quite a different airport for that one. Oh, well, that is a very ugly livery. Let's just go ahead and use the factory rollout livery for the giggles. Let's go ahead and land on something like, how about an aircraft carrier? Again, this plane can land and take off vertically, so this can be interesting. All right, welcome aboard. Again, this plane is quite a little bit of a different story. Right now, we are in the normal mode of this one. We're all looking good. Yeah, the cockpit is definitely pretty much the same. What does this do again? Oh no, that was the air-to-air missile. Yeah, I actually thought that this button here was assigned to the VTOL knob that is here on my joystick. That didn't work out. All right, let's use the normal button then. Let's hope that we haven't killed the person, because there's actual AI traffic here flying around in the simulator too. I hope it wasn't armed at any one of these, even though it would be pretty damn funny. But yeah. Now, as you can see right here, we are flying in the VTOL mode. It's pretty interesting. I mean, we're flying at a speed of 100 knots. We are barely faster than the carrier now. Actually, we have to keep up a little bit. Come on.
You're high. 500.
And we're back with a weird GPWS callout. This is an American plane. I wonder why the GPWS callouts are probably from some kind of European woman or something. I don't know. All right, so we're getting closer and closer. Oh goodness. And we're looking good. There we go. That was a great carrier landing, quite a typical one. And I think we almost chopped a few heads off. Let's check out that one. The thing about landing a plane in an aircraft carrier is that you're always going to make a hard landing. That's why only specific planes are, well, certified to operate on them. It's not really about stopping distance. You may be able to actually land a 737 on an aircraft carrier like this, but the landing gear probably wouldn't be able to stand that. But there we go. This was actually pretty nice. And we did not kill a person, so that's good as well. And there we go. We can just leave the VTOL mode right there. As you can see, this engine, which allows us to do a vertical flight, comes in again, and we can just taxi to wherever we want to taxi. Now, this plane can obviously also be used as a normal plane, right? As a CTOL plane, I think that's what it's called. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, goodness. That was a launching system that an aircraft carrier has as well. That was pretty cool, actually. And there we go. We have taken off just like that. Now, yeah, so far this plane seems pretty cool. Let's talk about the negative parts, I guess. Now, the biggest problem that this plane has, or had perhaps, was its development. Well, see, it had its first flight in 2006 already, but it wasn't until 2015 when it was actually started to be used, which already is a very bad sign for bad development process and choreography. Oh, that's probably the wrong word, but you know what I mean. It was just a very big pain in the ass to be developed, and it was also very expensive to be developed. This plane cost Lockheed Martin around $1 trillion to develop, which is pretty expensive. And that also translates to this plane being very, very expensive to obtain. Now, yes, no individual is supposed to buy a fighter jet, right? But still, this plane to buy right now is around $150 million, which makes it one of the most expensive fighter jets that there are, even though it might just not be the best one. The very legendary F-22 Raptor is only a little bit more expensive than that, but can do a lot more than this one, if that makes sense. Now, let's go ahead and fly to some interesting places again. Where are we? Bilbao. Is that somewhere in France or something? I guess it is. Alright, yeah, maybe this is a good place to demonstrate the VTOL capabilities of this plane. I mean, you know, we are at the base camp of the Mount Everest. Where's Mount Everest, though? That's the question. It cannot be this one. It's probably this one here in the background. And base camp is probably where all the people that are dumb enough to climb the Mount Everest go, I guess. And yeah, even a place like this must have a helipad, which is perfectly accessible for our F-35B. Right, the engines are now running at full power. Alright, this is very much disappointing now. What are we gonna do about this? Come on. Alright, yeah, you have to consider we are at a very, very high altitude. Only the most powerful helicopters are, well, certified to operate here at this place. Oh, goodness. But if we do add some, well, runway to this flight, I guess, we might just be able to take off, which we are. Oh, wow. Alright, that worked out quite well. I do not feel comfortable, especially with this mountain head. Oh, goodness. Yeah, let me just say we are at 16,000 feet, so, oh goodness. Turn around. Alright, maybe this is the wrong place as well. God damn it. Actually, this is a big critique point as well. This plane is not necessarily powerful, or I should rather say fast. Yeah, this plane's top speed is only 1.6 Mach, which is really not that fast. The Concorde was faster than that, actually quite a bit. The fastest plane ever was like Mach 6. So speed is definitely not this plane's purpose, I guess. You know, there's planes that cost as much as this one, like the F-22, that can fly at up to like Mach 2.3, I think, and has a lot more thrust, a lot more power. So yeah, this plane was definitely not built for high speeds, but maybe it doesn't need all that speed. I mean, after all, this plane was built as an attack aircraft, just like the A-10, for example, and therefore needs low speed to be able to shoot, right? And it actually is good at doing that. Let's do that real quick. We'll come back into the air. Right in front of us, we actually have an MD-80 that's just flying. There we go. There it is. We can actually see it, and let's just shoot some stuff at it. We have the air-to-air missiles that will obviously work. Let's just go ahead and shoot this one, and that actually works really well on the F-35. You gotta say that. Oh yeah, the afterburners too. This is not the slowest aircraft, of course, so it does have that. Have I shot it down? I think I have actually. Yeah, I have. Perfect. That was nice. See, the plane is somewhat useful as well, so that's good. And we can even eject out of the aircraft as well, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's us here. And we're gone. Okay, that was actually not the smartest thing to do, but yeah. All right, this is pretty nice. Now, yes, so what can we say about the F-35? It obviously isn't a bad plane, but it's not the best either, but it's the most expensive one, so it's got a lot of haters and a lot of people that love it. I am actually pretty much into this plane. I like this one a lot, especially the VTOL capability. It's very interesting. Not a lot of planes have it, so this is obviously a treasure of a plane, I guess. And yeah, a lot of people share different opinions. A lot of engineers and pilots pilots as well, but this is kind of a cool plane, even though, you know, it's had its difficulties. It is definitely quite a magic plane. At least this plane is not going to be any failure. Over 500 of these planes have been produced already, and there are definitely more to come, so that's not half bad, right? So yeah guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night.